Congressman Mike Lawler joins me now. How come DHS is not funded at a time when we have terror attacks in the United States? I don't think the public will stand for this much longer.
Because Chuck Schumer is a jackass, Stuart. This is another political game by Chuck Schumer, who engineered the longest shutdown in American history, 43 days last fall. And working with Hakeem Jeffries, they have shut the Department of Homeland Security down in protest over immigration enforcement because they don't want illegal immigrants being detained and deported out of this country. And so they have shut the department down. It has severely impacted TSA, the Secret Service, the Coast Guard, FEMA, and other critical agencies. And at a time with a heightened security threat, it is absolutely outrageous that Democrats have continually voted to shut the department down, including again yesterday. It's unconscionable, frankly, what Chuck Schumer has done.
This cannot go on for that much longer, though, can it? So what's the mechanism for ending this shutdown? Do they have to have some kind of deal about ICE, which is acceptable to both the Republicans and the Democrats? Is that the way out?
Well, frankly, I think, unfortunately, what's going to happen is you're going to have continued problems with TSA. You're going to have employees not showing up for work because they're not being paid and they got to put food on the table and provide for their families. And I think the American people are going to get fed up. And ultimately, Democrats are going to have to relent and vote to fund the government. The fact is, as relates to ICE, ICE is funded through 2029. We already have funding in the bill for body cameras. The issue of judicial warrants, they're not going to get a deal on that because they continue to support sanctuary cities that do not honor detainer requests on criminal aliens who commit crimes under state law. That's the fundamental dispute there. And they're not going to get an agreement on that so long as they continue to support sanctuary cities and allowing criminal aliens to remain in our country.
One more for you, Congressman. New York City's mayor, Zohran Mamdani, he's defending hosting an anti-Israel activist, Mahmoud Khalil, at Gracie Mansion. He's defending it. Watch this.
As the mayor of New York City, I believe it is my responsibility to fight for the safety and for the rights of each and every New Yorker. Mahmoud Khalil is a New Yorker who 1 year prior to the iftar that we shared with him was returning from another iftar when he was detained by ICE agents, flown to Louisiana and held in an ICE facility. And he was held there for months. And the only charge that was levied against him was the exercising of his First Amendment rights.
O'Hare this morning, but the latest
Congressman, what is Mamdani doing, hosting someone like that when Jews are being attacked all across the country? What is going on here?
It's disturbing, but it's in keeping with who he keeps company with. This is somebody who, during the campaign, stood with those who were calling to globalize the Intifada, whose own wife was celebrating the terrorist attacks of October 7th that not only killed innocent Israelis, it killed Americans. It killed New Yorkers. And the fact that he would invite somebody like Mahmoud Khalil to Gracie Mansion, somebody who very clearly has promoted the slaughtering of Jews and had no objection to what Hamas did on October 7th, I think is disgraceful and unbecoming of the mayor of the city of New York.
Agreed, 100%. Congressman Mike Lawler, thank you very much for being with us this morning. We appreciate it, sir. Thank you.